ESM, and I have another live build for you. So I start today with a big queen comp. It is not a rec comp, but it's still good as long as I keep my value spread. So I have to make sure that I can't reach too much value from inside of the queen comp. Yeah, so let's start. Like this, I just expand from the queen comp, and I use, of course, regular comps. I don't like 10 by 10 comps right now, just because I don't really care for Avalanche. It's like F9 base, so Avalanche isn't the main problem. I mean, Queen Charge Avalanche could be a problem, but not basic regular Avalanche with like 5 or 6 golems. Right now I'm just expanding the comps. It's nothing special. I kind of fill this stuff later when I'm ready and when I see the whole base and know where the people would charge and this stuff. So I kind of want to try like these dead end channels out, which have been used in Final 10 a lot. They're pretty good against any kind of spam attacks because if it leads the troops around it. If you kind of spam into the core with a packet smash or stuff like this, could go into this dead end channel and just and the troops just walk away. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I save the walls for any kind of mode stuff for later. Right now I have a little problem. I don't know exactly where I want to place my bows. So I guess I just place it like I could make it like a double bow concept, but that would make this bow walkable. So I don't do it. I think yeah, this looks pretty decent. I do something like this. Yeah, and then just use 5 by 5 comps to split this value. You can reach both of them with one jump, but it's okay right now. Yeah. So as you can see, this base has a classic Y shape. Not the most perfect Y shape, but it's decent. I guess Queen Charge Baby Attacker would probably not make it work, or at least it's pretty hard to make it work. Um, I'm not exactly sure if I want to keep this outside Wizard Tower. Maybe King tradable or tankable, which isn't that good, but We will see after I've finished the remaining defenses. Yeah, I have to move this with the tower, because this value would be pretty OP for any kind of Sui or queen charge they get from one comp like AD to the tower's Expo. So I place this with a tower like here. And I think this would be a good spot for a geared archer tower. Works kind of like a wizard tower, but mostly for no-fly zone stuff. And it doesn't do much damage against any kind of charges, so you have to keep this in mind. So I think this AD has to and needs a mode, or it might be too easy to get with any kind of queen charge or this stuff. We need um, a CC next to the queen, so we make a Sui harder, so they can't ignore the CC if they see Sui right here. Yeah, and the remaining defenses I need to use them like this, so I minimize. Oh, never mind, bad idea. I'm not happy with my wizard towers right now. They're like not very good. I feel like I have to use them like this, but this would make it easier for Suis to profit from it, since you can Sui like two wizard towers. So I maybe do something like this. So it's harder to reach the wizard tower, especially when I use like vault here. So if they come from like here, they can get the wizard tower will be forced to this side. Or if they get like here and they get wizard tower and AD, which is okay Sui value, they won't get this wizard tower too. So yeah, I always try to have my wizard tower, my archer towers out of the range from ADs, so they won't be tanked, or at least they won't be tanked when the hounds are exactly over the AD. So of course you can't prevent tankable ADs by hounds. People always can fly over them. Yeah, I always love to use a lot of high HP buildings inside of the base, just to make it super annoying to charge. Yeah, and any kind of KS attacks have more problems with it. Okay, now we have the boring trash part, so I will hurry up, and we have the basic stuff like having a trash ring decently protected, so the people can't funnel that easily, which will be pretty hard in this section. So I guess I move this AT to the outside so I protect this area. Like use army camps in funnel entries like this. So the funnel is a bit more difficult. Luckily we don't have to care for bounceability. So this is pretty good for us, for every Tunnel 9 player. And I guess maybe my trash ring will be a bit too thick at the bottom. So I'm not sure if I have enough trash and have to fix it later. Maybe I make fake Tesla farm spot right here. So I have like more trash for the rest of the base. Yeah. Yeah, of course I used too much trash right now. I use high HP stuff like here, because they most likely gonna can snipe this stuff with like a baby dragon wizards. So I don't have to pay attention for this. I mean it's free trash and I could move the 80 like this. But I kinda wanna make this unworkable for wizards. So it's harder for KS to deal with it. Yeah. I guess this needs an army camp, so the funnel into these things is a bit harder. Guess I make a fake Tesla farm spot here too. So I have like more than one fake Tesla farm spot. I have like one here with a 2-tile base. I have like here a good fake Tesla farm spot where people could think that I have like something in there. Yeah, and this makes it a bit more harder to plan. So the people have to plan from like more options where I have my Tesla farm and this stuff. Yeah. The trashing isn't the best, but it's decent, I guess. Decent enough for me. When we, yeah, this is this protects this area as a no-fly zone. So I don't want to have like a Tesla farm here because it makes the SUI value extremely high. Since yeah, since if anybody SUIs here, they already get a lot of defenses. So they could get even like 4 Teslas extra value. That would be incredibly high. So I don't have anything here. I guess the bottom doesn't look too bad, like having a Tesla farm here. But I would probably have to deal with a Tesla farm next to an AD, so I kind of want to move it like here. I have like few Teslas like here. So it also makes a sweeper a bit more useful. I mean, I could make it like this, but then, yeah, that could work too. So even if people sui like from here inside this and get like this wizard tower and the AD, they won't get this Tesla farm, which makes it even better for me. Yeah, I think that could work. Okay, the trapping stuff is now. We of course don't want any spring traps near the queen, just because any kind of hog attack, except scaly hogs, goes for it. So we just I don't play no zap. I play no zap, so I could have my traps near the king, but queen charge go hog could profit from it. So I don't want to have all my traps like here, just a few. So I place like this spring trap here because and I could place one here, but I don't like it just because that would be 2 springs in one comp, pretty good value. So like this, the hogs will come like this, take the AD out or the cannon, and then they go exactly over this tile. Just simple funnel process. I can't explain it right now, but you could read my spring trap guide. I made a little one. Yeah, exactly like this. They will go over this tile just because this mortar and this cannon will force them to do. Here's another good spring spot. It just works very well at all. So if anybody, I don't think that anybody would exactly charge in this queen comp, just because it takes too much time, and even if you do a double layer wall break, you only get an expo, bomb tower, and AD. So I can use my spring traps like here. Yes, this looks pretty decent. I'm kind of missing one last good spring spot. Guess I kind of messed it up with my Teslas. Because usually you can use Teslas to make great spring spots. So I don't want to have this Tesla tankable by this AD. So hounds can't really profit from it. Yeah, the Lalo can't profit from it. So I just do this and I create a good spring spot. Quite not sure if I just place it like this or this, but I think this between the mortar and the cannon would be a bit more safer. So yeah, otherwise I would have to test it out. Yeah, this giant bomb should be triggered all the time. Just because the pathing is pretty decent and all the defenses around should lead to this giant bomb. Of course I need to test it out. But I guess it will work. So I just let it there. I use again my seeking airmines in the back end to kill hounds very quickly. Because I guess people wouldn't charge this AD, they would charge like from this area into this comp maybe and get like with a jump into this expo comp to get both Reapers, Queen, CC. Kinda risky though, but trapping without any friends helping you with a how would you hit? Really difficult. So I use my I just use my red air bombs like here. There could be a hound pathing, but I guess this should be okay. And one last white air bomb just right here, even though people would most likely charge it. But if they don't charge this area or sui this area, I will have at least one white air bomb which works. Of course, I use my air skellies, like my white air bombs, just because you don't want to have air skellies attack hounds. I guess, yeah. I use a ground skelly here to make a king trade harder, because I don't want that anyone king trades this area. And I guess if I use this giant bomb here, I can also kill like barbarians from the ability, which is pretty nice. These small bombs are just used in places where I think people could charge. And maybe against this comp, but I still don't think that anyone would want to charge in this queen comp. Maybe just for Sui, but it's kind of not worth it in my opinion, because you just reach like an 80 and wizard tower from this queen comp. Yeah, that's the base. I hope you like it. Sorry for my explanation. I'm really not used to live comments on English. Yeah, have a nice day and bye.